Fleet Command and NWP mod. And yeah, I will go for the boomer hunt scenario, which will involve heavy carrier operations, but also submarine gameplay, and use the situation in order to create something like a little showcase or tutorial for some of the great gameplay usability features of Fleet Command, which still for me make a vital difference, and in why I might play a game, especially with carrier scenarios, which involves of course a lot of management, and might prefer something like Fleet Command that is now almost 30 years old, in contrast to something that is, I know, rather new, fresh, but simply, at least in my book, can't hold up with some of the interface usability options or features like our Fleet Command is offering. So first here, and if you play, doesn't really matter this tutorial if you play with NWP mod or not. What we will talk about in this video is also working, as far as I'm aware, for the regular version, the vanilla version unmodded. But yeah, if you play NWP, that is usually the settings you want to have. Yeah, you can use replenish air stations, we will talk about that later, but those three options need to be deactivated, that's important. Good, then let's pick the scenario. Also very cool, especially if you have a big scenario list. Scenarios that you launched before are highlighted. Yeah, we will skip the briefing after I did the tutorial, because I will do it live. We will basically continue playing that scenario. You can then find this. I will cut this part out for YouTube. The rest of the gameplay will be as regular on Twitch or YouTube. So we will talk about deck management, rally points, air stations. Yeah. Oh wait. It's indeed not the scenario I was envisioning. It's another scenario called Boomer Hunt. Sink the boomers. Okay, that is the name of the scenario. Good. We have here a carrier group. And yeah, let's talk first about deck management. I still think Fleet Command has one of the most exciting deck management and deck management gameplays, even compared to something like CMO, for the aircraft being prepared. If you can, for every aircraft, and this also is true for destroyers or anything else, helo carriers that can launch fixed wing or rotary wing or drones. So that is here the flag deck. Pending means that it's aircraft that are currently preparing. And yeah, we have those three alerts statuses, which basically allow you to set up aircraft, to prepare them to a certain degree, so you can launch them. And yeah, so you need to manage them carefully. What do you want to be ready? For example, alert 5 is basically the aircraft on top of the deck, ready to launch. The pilot is briefed. Pilot is in his suit, everything, sitting in a ready room close to the deck. If they receive the green light, they rushing to the aircraft, seating them and getting airborne. That is achievable in somewhat in 5 minutes. There's some good reads about carrier management, carrier operations, especially OpenSint, the internet pretty sure as well, but especially book-wise, professional books, there's some good stuff. There's a lot of people that tell simply from their first-hand experience about the realities, but also the limitations of carrier warfare or modern carrier deck management. If you want something more entertaining, recommend to read. I think it was called Punk's War, something like a trilogy, I think it was, written by a real F-14 pilot, going into quite some detail about deck operations and the realities of naval of flying craft in the Navy, especially on carriers. So yeah, we have usually you reserve that for something important like E2s, AEWs, fixed wing ASW aircraft which can quickly respond to submarine threats, and of course fighters. I will immediately launch them off because I need them all. I want them airborne.
Launch aircraft will do out.
So yeah, you can keep 4 of those aircraft basically ready on the catapult. One thing to mention before I forget it, there's also a Cold Cat simulation in Fleet Command, but it's deactivated on default, and you should rather also keep it deactivated because also I think this NWP mod it creates issues. Cold Cat means cold catapult. One of the worst cases that can happen to a carrier is when something goes wrong with the launch. In an aircraft, I don't know, the catapult jams and the aircraft can't be propelled fast enough forward. That's also for a pilot, of course, a nightmare. Or the engines flame out, if a single or double engine flame out by being catapulted, and you need to consider in seconds to need to eject. The carrier can be damaged, the deck can be damaged, the deck can be jammed, deck operations can be stalled, which is for a carrier, especially in wartime, in a threat situation, can be extremely lethal. That is simulated here, but Cold Cats, but it is deactivated. You can change that in the INI, but as far as I know, it is buggy. So, for example, 2 aircraft are launching. You see, and 4 aircraft can be kept on alert 5. I don't know exactly how many it was on alert 15, alert 30. I think alert 30 it was something like alert 15 was 20 aircraft. There's basically aircraft parked on the deck, or parts also parked below, but they are ready. They are really ready. Pilots are briefed. They know at least the base what they're doing, basic stuff. They might attack ships or something. And yeah, the interface, despite being a bit small, because of the resolution, as we play at higher resolution, is still superior to anything I've seen in modern. I think still that is, and that makes for me the difference. If I want to play a game like that, I notice that with modern games, if I play and it involves a carrier, and it becomes simply too tedious to manage, I think, which of course also has major impact by the other aspects I will mention shortly after this. Exactly, loadout changes, right click, that is also something often not known, that you can change, you can't specifically micromanage the weapons. You also don't see what the weapons are, so you need of course a bit knowledge. But you know, F-14 might carry Phoenix and Sidewinder missiles, ASW is anti-surface warfare. There might be some strike missiles, which is very interesting for F-14. F-14A can't carry ASOF, only F-14Bs. That is something here. F-14A is, I think, a pure interceptor air security fighter. Whatever. So you can change that. I would definitely want to prepare more of my air security fighters. You see, 24 aircraft are alert for status 15. So I will prepare at least the other F-14s and F-18s in the air security role. Yeah, but also status 30 is also 24 aircraft, so everything is prepared. Good. Now let's talk about stations, and I will switch to the menu screen. What is station? So we will immediately assign a station for that, but that is not really visible in the interface. So if you press Shift F, F it was right. Show effect. I need to place it right. So Shift F. Shift F. Creating air stations. So you, my interface is not set. Yeah. Now created 5 million air stations. Oh, okay, we're fine. Yeah, okay. I need that. Yeah, okay. But I will need those. That is okay. So if with Shift F, by selecting a platform that carries helos, anything airborne, you can create a station. I created here too, but on default it is not shown for whatever reason, but it's very important that you activate basically all of them. They are very important. That is air stations, but perhaps we will talk about, I now created a ton of air stations without knowing, but we will need them all. And you can easily drop them over the screen. And there's another thing called rally point, that is Shift P. Yeah, they look like some crosshair. So what is that basically? Rally point is when an aircraft launches, doesn't matter from where, if it is a destroyer or aircraft carrier, they will add to the rally point. So a rally point makes sense in front of the carrier group. Yeah? If you're launching, for example, a ton of strike aircraft, in order to hit that surface ship here, you want to naval strike that surface ship, yeah? But you don't want to micromanage it. You launch a strike package of 10 aircraft, they will head here, then you simply put a box around them and right click here and good to go. Yeah? A rally point is very passive, that is just a waiting point for aircraft. It is good for tankers, because it's basically like a track in CMO, like a racetrack for aircraft being on hold. But without all this air traffic control specifics, in reality it's of course more difficult to keep aircraft on hold tightly together. But that is how it works, and you see our first aircraft are launching with alert status 5, Tomcats, ASW aircraft, exactly. That is a rally point, and you can create rally point also for destroyer that has helos. Again, Shift P. That destroyer doesn't have helos, I think. You can create one rally point, I think, and you can create infinite air stations for assets that carry aircraft. You also will find those air stations, but let's wait for that. So rally points is simply if you launch something like Command & Conquer. Yeah? You have a factory and you want your tanks when they are produced, like in a strategy game. Yeah? And one good thing about those is they are relative. Yeah? So they will stay relative to the moving ship. So they will not lag behind, but they will move together, same as the air stations, they will move together with the ship. If you want always to have a helo here, or you strike or something ready which you can quickly grab, yeah, will stay here in relation to here in this example to the surface group. So next is the air station. That is a bit different. Air station is a more proactive thing. Air station is more a combat thing. If, for example, you want to park, we launch, for example, 2 Tomcats here. Exactly. We'll both select and simply right-click that air station. That is not our air station. You need to select them one. Okay, you need to select them one by one, it seems. You know about that. And simply right-click on that air station and then we'll go there. There's one limitation for self-made air stations. They always default to 5,000 feet. For whatever reason, scenario editors can create air stations in the scenario, which then they can modify. Unfortunately, for those created air stations, they always default to 5,000 feet. Which is not a really big thing. Once they arrive, you can modify the altitude, but it's of course a bit finicky. It's still impressive what Arizona did. It's not perfect, but still better, to be honest, as what people do almost 40 years later with all the tech and knowledge. But those guys figured everything out without the internet or Google being present. And engines being built for them, and 5,000 YouTube tutorials. So yeah, those Tomcats will head to that air station, and they will rather assume a more combat role. Yeah? Something comes closer at air station, they might engage, identify, engage. Yeah? So we also created an air station for that destroyer here. and a rally point. Yeah? So it could look like something like this. Rally point here, and we immediately launch the helo off that deck. SH2.
You are cleared to launch aircraft. Out.
And the same we will do here. But here I will only create an air station. Again, Shift F, yeah. Air station created in front, comfy. Because I want to those helos to perform, yeah, anti-submarine warfare search in front of the surface group. Then you head to the flag deck. We will launch only one helo. There's no, but exactly, there is auto replenishment. So if you check the options, something interesting about air stations is there's an option which you can also use. I never used it, so I'm not entirely sure how good they work. Replenish air stations. So if you send 2 Tomcats, you have an air station tied to your carrier. You send 2 Tomcats to an air station. Something happens to those Tomcats. They get shot down. The carrier will automatically try to replenish that air station with 2 new carriers. Yeah, 2 new carriers. So that would be great. With 2 new Tomcats. That option can be, of course, very useful for something like a destroyer that has 2 helos. So one helo is making an ASW search, is now out of fuel and returns to the destroyer, and they launch a second helo in order to keep the station online. Otherwise you need to do it manually. That has its pro and cons. Good, we have here 2 stations, and the carrier might also launch a ASW helo, so we will keep another station with 10 of those stations. Those guys. That ASW aircraft. Ah, yeah, that is here our E3. Exactly, we create now. That is now. Let's create a station close to the carrier for the E3. We don't want to get into harm's way. So activating its sensors because I run the MCON setting, and you see our radar is lighting up, or at least in airborne radars. Same for the Tomcats. I want their radars to be active while the surface group is running MCON. So no emissions. So that aircraft arrived on the rally point. I will not do anything. It will now loiter, save fuel. It will not. It will rather act passive and do nothing. So that is here our, let's say, our support track. That is one of our Tomcat pickets. That might be another Tomcat picket. So I will launch 2 more aircraft, because we already have here some contacts, surface contacts and what. But I want another one for the helo, because the carrier has a ton of ASW helos, but they of course can't fly that far. So we create another air station. You can also activate, but that might become a bit cluttery, but I like clutter. Activate of course attacks. See, so we have now here a phalanx of air stations. And yeah, the E3 is now on that air station. And I think, I must say, NW mod, I think, changes something about the altitudes. The default altitude is different between aircraft. So now getting lower now. He's staying high, as he should. Despite the air station being 5,000 feet. So perhaps I need to take that back, how I said with the Tomcats. Yeah, they are quite low at 5,000 feet, but again, now you press Shift 9 and send them high. For some reason, fighters have 5,000 feet, which is rather low. But the E2 is high altitude by default. I just noticed that. Okay, so we have here that air station, and let's find some helos and launch them off. At least one. So here, SH60 ASW we have. This S3 Vikings are fixed wing. Yeah, that is our option here. And helos, I don't know if they, but we will simply launch one helo and perhaps keep one on 15. Okay, so the helos also go into that.
Launch aircraft. Will do.
And we want 2 more. I mean, in a game like CMO, you can of course more pre-plan. You can only launch those assets while being assigned to a mission. But Fleet Command was always meant to be more action, but without being ultra micro and I've noticed it simply playing some games. Stopping the scenario after half an hour because I realized that it's too much clicking, too much tinkering around. Simply, the interface are brutal. Despite here that being small, and because of the resolution, it offers me a better usability than some modern stuff where I need to, I don't know, activate 20 drop-down menus to get stuff done. While here, check. Give me those lights. Green light, red light. Red light means it's not on alert 15. Green light means it is on alert 15. So let's launch a pair of Tomcats. A smaller aircraft, so has less endurance than F-14 as far as I know. And here you can again, but those F-18s are configured for air-to-air, so there's nothing to change. But there's other F-18s, which is rather realistic. There's also in CMO, you can't simply switch aircraft role that quickly from this and that and say to the pilot, hey, you know, quickly, let's get a 5-minute briefing. That's simply not the realities. I would rather hope that some modern developers do more research, more reading. Come on, it's not that. But yeah, if you like books or look for something entertaining, something like a Tom Clancy or whatever, check out that Punk's War. It's not that dry. I mean, I like to read dry stuff with a lot of insight and a lot of first-hand information. But if you just entertaining books with some sort of fictional conflict. Yeah, F-18s, but F-18s are perhaps not that good. Tomcats are better, I think they have better endurance. I'll launch another pair of Tomcats. You see everything here quickly. I mean, in a modern interface, you could even make that screen bigger, man, and give me the max overview. It's all aircraft on the deck. Back in the days, that game was made, you need to think about that. It was made for 800 by 600 and whatever. Yeah. And they had to cramp somewhat usable. And that is another good example of how limitations push for creativity or good solutions. Yeah, we talked about that PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 games or Super Nintendo games, whatever, completely being limited by space, by processing power, whatever, and people pulling off masterful games, working out somehow limitations. Same here, yeah, that interface was made, I don't know what, for 640, which was back in the days not that uncommon. They wanted, of course, to sell that game, and had to consider that 50% of the buyers. The game was released 98, 99. Yeah. What was it? 800 by 600, 1024 was already, with 1024 it was already the champion. Now we have full HD screens and you could ramp that up and basically see the entire aircraft carrier with that screen. I would like that. You see all aircraft grouped, F-14 air superiority, F-18 strike, ASW, check the lamps, remaining active on deck. Perhaps you even have a nice deck graphics where you see what is happening on that deck, how they're rolling around and spotting the aircraft. That's how it's called, I think. Spotting the aircraft. Okay, but we launched two additional F-14s.
Permission to launch aircraft. Wilco out.
This will take some time. We also have a surface unknown contact, which could be handled by our guy who is waiting. And you see, look at the air station. Oh, there's something unknown. Let's check that out.
Identified track.
Let's send the Tomcats in. But you can see here by the S3. The S3 is staying very close to the rally point. Why those Tomcats?
Intelligence message received.
Why the Tomcats rather, and they would also act upon something. That is too far away, but I think if they would get closer, they might go in, but could be also settings. Again, yeah, this game is not meant to automate everything, but also not to micro to submission. So it is still Fleet Command, I think that's still its best. And that's it basically. So the Tomcats are now going afterburner to ID that contact. And you see, if you activate those labels, it also helps newcomers, which don't have much knowledge about this symbology, quickly figure out what is what. Yeah, and that concludes the tutorial, or the showcase. Oh, it's hostile. Here's a beer. Okay. They already engage it. Phoenix is launched. So I will now continue with my normal gameplay. I think I talked about everything. Air stations, rally points. There's also some other features that are a bit hidden behind hotkeys. Again, as has probably something to do that those interfaces were very limited. Ah, but Phoenix missed, okay.
1074.
Second one, let's deactivate the cinematic camera. It's poor souls whoever sent them there to figure out where the carrier is. Yeah, I will now continue with the normal gameplay. Just need to camera stuck to it. And yeah, we'll cut out that part and now continue normally. So, okay. Oh! Yeah, good timing. Not good timing. Activate air search on pickets. Someone's attacking us. Not sure if it's a submarine or... Keep the carrier dark. Missile vampire. That's also something I think that similar to CMO, that some might only switch on while they're on the air station. You see those Tomcats are now returning to the air station after persecuting that target. Even if you do it manually, they return to the air station. Isn't it good? There's not much you can do about that. Could be submarine launch cruise missiles.
Weapon away. Track 1082.
Do I deactivate that cinematic? I mean, it's cool, but...
Burst away. Track 1083.
So this group is responding.
Weapon away. Track 1084.
That good. Should activate it.
Weapon away. Track 1085. Will do. Roger. Out. Missile away. Track 1086. Missile away. Track 1087. Weapon away. Track 1088.
Go on.
Burst away. Track 1089.
They're aiming at the frigate.
Weapon away. Track 1083. Burst away.
Ah, doesn't look good.
1088.
They might go through.
Missile away. Track
Come on, CIWS.
1089.
We... Last. Nice, okay. Cinematic. Ah, okay, deactivated. That is F9 or something. Good, let's launch some tankers as well. But right now I might need... Yeah, those two F-18s are going up. The problem, perhaps I don't want to launch a tanker, is... I clog up the deck. Rather get more stuff airborne, more fighters. Something is there. Could be also... Look for me like launched by beers. So deactivate the surface, the air search radars. We also need a station for that destroyer here, which carries helos. Shift F.
Those aircraft airborne. Affirmative. Out.
Yeah, if it is too much for you, you can declutter the screen, but I like the clutter. But those Tomcats are good. Here, orders launch, you can quickly tell if a surface ship is... So that surface ship is on patrol. But no, they also... The aircraft is simply not ready. The helo. While those guys already have the helo on the deck. That's why they're on launch. Nice. Hey, step. And that makes things so much easier. And they figured it out late 90s. Making a game, I mean, despite Harpoon, there was nothing like that. I don't know any game, yeah. I mean, that was basically some sort of a more action, more faster approach to Harpoon. And they absolutely high-rolled it. So we have a SV, which has it a survey search? No. Ah, it has. An active sonar, boys. Let's send her to that air station to gain information, but it's a bit dangerous without air picket, so we wait at the rally point. But it might activate air search. And let's put the Tomcat, and you can see you can move those air stations closer, and the Tomcats will react to that. That air station is a bit too far away, but I think we already have beers that are firing on a blind or firing in the dark, like a beer attack. But our first helo is airborne. Yeah, it's now heading to the rally point, but I can immediately give it the order, go to the air station, and we'll stay there. And also screen management. You can have all those screens together, and every screen is interactable. Once you have the mouse over, I mean that is Sonorlist. They use that engine, and that engine now modernized is in military use, but not consumer market anymore, unfortunately. While other games do this screen over screen, which creates a lot of problems with focus. You have a screen here, but yeah, you have something out of focus, while here you have something and you can switch over. And again, that was made for small resolutions. Modern, you could do some drag and drop here. Would be beautiful. And perhaps smaller, make that screen smaller here. And that one here, which is not that important, but I mean it gives us good situational awareness. So here there's unknown Soviet air bases. And I need to check what that surface unknown is. And here we have, yeah, there's exactly our submarine. Which might check out that surface contact here. I mean, it could already... okay. Craft incoming. Picked up probably by our... Yeah. Picked up by the, S3 ESM. Oh, they are running fire control radars or something. Must be beers that are preparing missile launches. Not much I can do about it right now. Tomcats, investigate. Yeah, that is missiles. That is missiles. They are too fast. Let's keep the... Yeah, I mean, I can try to... Yeah, that is missiles. Okay. Vampire. Yeah. Let's activate air search radars. That is a beer attack. 100%, that is not a submarine. That is tough. Yeah, the Tomcats will not manage. They... Stay on the air station. It's too fast. Go intercept. Yeah, I have nothing. I need that Viking on the air station there. It helps with the ESM. What's up, those guys? Can intercept those missiles. I think they snooped up our carrier. Are those missiles heading for the carrier? No, they're heading for the Virginia. Nice. Come on.
Away, track 10.
We're going terminal.
6.
Oh no, okay.
Away, track 1097.
Nice. On missile. Oh, it might make it through. No! Okay. Failed or whatever. Malfunctioned. That was close. Virginia lives. Good. It's also close. Might need more, way more aircraft. Two Tomcats getting ready.
Aircraft airborne. Will do out.
Yeah, launch the tankers. Squeeze them in somehow.
Aircraft out.
So that's basically we are getting surprised. Otherwise we would have way more airborne assets. But that really stresses out your carrier management, and you see I need to use assets like S3 Vikings for survey search. So right now we simply can't get enough airborne. That's something exciting. That's how other games when they simply click everything. Yeah, perhaps you have a delay or whatever, but then they launch launch everything off. I mean, what is the reason to have a carrier? You can make an arcade game where everything is airborne. Here we need to consider, okay, what I'm launching. I have a ton of aircraft on a carrier, but you can't get airborne that fast enough. We might also consider what we can now bring up in alert status. Definitely all fighters alert 15. Strike fighters, yeah, perhaps, but especially everything airborne 15. Yeah, okay. Everything rest alert 30. Ready up everything that is air superiority. Higher the prowlers. Shit, more missiles incoming. Yeah. I need us another eye in the sky. But right now, no possibilities. Yeah, that is a missile launch coming from land base, or probably a beer. Got that helos on air station. And checking out. But you can also give a search command. Simply draw a box. And then it might search. But I don't think it will stay in relation. And what happens if you press search on an air station? Is it working? No, I don't think so. Okay, 2 further F-14s getting airborne. Finally. Sent them to that air station. Snoop out what is firing those missiles. But yeah, if those beers are firing, they might fire those anti-ship missiles from far away. Let's bring that air station forward. Bring that up a bit south. Might need another air station.
Track 1101. Affirmative. Roger out. Roger out.
A lot of stuff is happening, so I don't need to press 5 million clicks.
Away, track 11.
That's how you do it.
Away, track 1, track 0303.
Yeah.
Away, track 1101.
Should that lock on the carrier or what? No. Shot down. Okay, get that Viking into the Tomcats are now coming. Get the Viking back and down.
Way, track 1102.
Okay, please intercept that missile. Thank you. Free is a bit exposed. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, we'll now keep the surface group on active radar except for the carrier. We might activate all radars now. Might even go active ping. Maybe there's no need now to stay. I mean, active sonar is of course a bit of a problem as it has submerged submarines to easier locate us. But I currently don't have enough assets to protect the surface group.
Roger, out.
Unknown. More air contacts incoming. It's very far away. Can I reach that? Fuel 85.
Track 106.
Come on, go. The intercept that might be BS.
Track
Go fast.
1067 out.
No, that is missiles. Don't do that. Save the fuel. That is missiles, I think.
Roger, out.
Very fast. That fast. Sure, there's a missile if there, or there's some afterburning, whatever.
Out. Roger, out. Out. Roger, out. Station can do. Roger, out. Station can do. Out.
Those F-40s are checking that out anyways. You see that is how aggressive they are on stations. Identifying track, yeah. They're going for it. What was the carrier doing? Getting stuff airborne. Yeah. What? Su-27s, okay. Missiles fired. Su-27s are tough. What? Did I press Press a hotkey? Timmy switch out. We don't have really the edge here.
Track 1068.
Nice,
Splash
impact.
track 1067. Missile away.
Tomcat is fine.
1068.
I got out. Now Phoenix being launched. Very good. Both Su-27s eliminated. I'm rather surprised. I don't know if we didn't let them get close. That's good. I mean, the Soviets have longer range missiles, but they're at this stage here, at this state, are not. This here, what is that here? Late Cold War. So they are still semi-active. Likely, the Soviets didn't have here AMRAAMs or super expensive Phoenix, but the Phoenix were rather designed for anti-bomber. But on the other hand, those Phoenix worked extremely well out for the Iranians. So it was the only nation that ever received 54 Phoenix and Tomcats. And they really dominated with those aircraft. And still get replacement parts off AliExpress for them, and even copied the Phoenix missile. Because it worked out for them. I see how aggressive airs they are. If you don't want them too that aggressive, you rather use a rally point. Oh shit, more missiles incoming. So. Ah, finally, helos.
Track 1106. Hey, track 1107. Hey, track 11008. Track 1106.
There's a different type of anti-ship missiles. There's those shipwreck missiles, right? They are brutal. Is it? Oh man, they're hard to intercept.
Track 110.
I think they found the carrier. Yeah. Uh-oh. No! No. That is... Oh, okay. Come on. Intercept. It's not going for the carrier. There's shipwrecks, I think. They are brutal.
Track 1108. Track 1109.
But they are not guiding good. They are launched... Intercepted? Oh, okay. They launched blind. Launching on transients. More unknown contacts. Yeah, unknown contacts, massive coming from those bases, yeah, the spear bases. There's a downed enemy pilot. Not pick him up. Sorry, but he needs to wait. Jimmy has vital information about the Typhoon class. But I still want to know what that surface unknown is. Send the Viking. And go high. Don't go too close. Military. What's it? 12 knots, yeah. Did it fire? AW, no, it didn't fire anything. Also, really helpful. It is only, you can quickly check, okay, what is the sources? Okay, ESM, it is active transmitting, might be military. No, that is only surface search, but not transmitting. Which doesn't mean it is military. If you get too close, it might activate the radars and kill us. Because we are transmitting, so they know that we are here. If there's a game to remaster, please remaster Dangerous Waters and Fleet Command. I mean, Subcommand is basically incorporated into Dangerous Waters, so there's no need to remaster that. Dangerous Waters, Fleet Command, man, those games are still so good, man. So as studios, they had really big brains and massive talented programmers that you can't barely find these days. People talk a lot, but can't do little. Back in the days, less talking, more doing, huh? Beautiful. Really quality game. But I need a save. What was Alt S? Gee, watch out with the hotkeys now. I think Alt S was saving, right? No, G. Of course it is G. G for... so far for a scenario called Sync Boomers. Did as well. About anything else, but I like it. Ah, yeah, what is here our submarine doing? Don't forget Groton, what is that is LA class, but not improved. Regular LA. But it has AdCap torpedoes. So that's improved. Ah, that surface, do we want to speed up? It's running 10 knots. It is, let's say, considered somewhat silent. Let's speed up. But that surface contact is escaping. It's 12 knots. But get into that area.
Roger.
And stay deep. Actually, there was a speed toggle. Can also perhaps speed up a bit. G for Javing. Oh, we have another submarine here. Dallas. Rolling around here. What is good? Ah, no, you see that screen saved me. Okay, yeah. Stay on your course. Who is... Oh, that's our AEW ping. Okay, there's a civilian cargo ship. Nice. Return to the rally point. Yeah, what was that air station about? Can't remember. No, that was for the EA, but the AEW can also wait at the rally point. Oh, I'll keep it on that. Okay. Good, we have now finally a somewhat established carrier group here. And more aircraft being launched. Ready to roll. Great, now another air station. Ah, okay, now we are fine. Tankers are also... Tankers can work on that air station. But I don't exactly know how refuel... I forgot how refueling is working. G4 go. Go saving. Yeah. activate the labels for a moment. It's a bit too much. Interface is genius. Design meant for 640 screens, 800 screens. Now it's on a list, please. I know that Pentagon is paying well, but please. I know there's no modern gamers. They just want, I don't know, blue-haired shit or whatever here, and weapon skins and cosmetics and bunny ears and fox tails. DLC foxtail skin DLC. Fury outfit. I know, but come on. There's just a couple of us dudes left, man, who want that simply that's really good stuff, which also value good programming. Well, I guess that is really frustrating that most people can't even judge how good stuff is. They see a Mona Lisa out, strange looking woman. The interface, everything here, it's not perfect again, yeah, but for that time, yeah. So it's crazy to see those games, man, being older than me almost, and showing better programming, better usability than modern games. It is nuts. So as a kid, I was thinking, man, in the future it will be, I don't know, in my brain I think up a fault and it is translated to the screen. No, it's exactly the opposite. Play some modern games, tinkering around and buggy screen, over cluttered interfaces, despite having an 4K interface. No, it can't pull it off. 90s, up to early 2000s, man, those gaming programmers were really goats. Yeah, okay, I need to an air station. Yeah, is that missiles? Wow, man, it's fast. 2000 now, that is not aircraft. It's missiles. More shipwrecks or whatever. Send 2 further F-14s to that air station. And 2 further Tomcats to that one. Extended. Crazy. That is gaming. Quality gaming. No micro. And yeah, striking? No, there's nothing to strike right now. I mean, we could... I don't have absolute idea about submarines. We know there's something here, but that is quite far away. I have no identification. We can ask the LA class for ID, but yeah, we do that. I mean, there's definitely a helo, it looks military. But I'm not sure if I already... Oh, that is BS, man, we could intercept them. Are we in range? What is that? What's that? Yeah. Those BS annoy me. I think I might send out 1 or 2 Tomcats to kill those. If I have Tomcats ready. Because they pretty sure provide intelligence data on our surface group. Yeah. Get 2 more. We could already send 2 out and replenish. You 2 guys, intercept those jimmies. Watch for fuel. Will they go afterburner? We're going a bit fast. I'm not sure if I like that. Then rather create an air station. Ah, that's too fast. Slow down. Transit speed. 900 is a bit too high. What is that? Military? Then create an air station there.
Track 1120. Track 1121.
Do you want to for a SAM response?
Track 1123. Track 1122.
Oh shit.
Track 1.
So tracking? No! Oh, okay, that was close. '85 stream streak. Is it 85 streams? Crazy. Stipe, the Legend. Wer ist denn dieser Stipe? Wissen Sie, der Stipe ist bescheiden. Two tomcats are heading. These two guys. Okay, I will take some time. But I don't want them to burn fuel. That go on, because if you press on them with identify and whatever, we could also bring up that. Nah, but that's too dangerous. Bring up the submarine to periscope depth and check on ESM. But that is pretty sure that is reconnaissance BS, scooping that group out of us. Would like to kill them, but it's not really priority. Okay, right now, yeah, a ton of prep is launched, but that is out of our reach. We're firing with backfires and BS missiles at us. So far, with no fruition. That is out of reach, yeah, we can't intercept those aircraft. But it's of course annoying because they can return to the airbase. Might take some hours to bring them up online again and fire again. As you see in Ukraine war, it's the same. You get those aircraft airborne, fire long range, and see what sticks. Ice running 10 knots, yeah, that's okay. Don't go too fast. Check out if you can snoop out that surface group. Sub? It's not a sub icon. Somewhat close to the sub icon, and that's what it is. Those might be aircraft. We have four on that station. So there's something unknown here. AEW, my civilian. Expanded air station. 250 miles or something. So get the helos a bit forward. So all stations are now manned with helos. Very good. And let's see what we have here in the rally box. Tankers, yeah. That's good. Not rally box, on that support station. Two tankers, one. What is there something that is getting ready on the carrier? Only F-14s, okay. Good question. Right now we are good, but definitely ready up everything. Okay, yeah. No, everything is fine. At least everything that's okay. I think we established now good. I get some helos to two helos to our left. Okay. Yes, prowlers. Would like to launch a prowler, at least one. USA. I think that is ECM, yeah. We definitely need one. Yeah, deck is currently full, but they will launch as soon as they are ready. But as assets, yeah, we need another EAD, but okay, there's already one ready. More ASW aircraft, fixed wing. We already have many on 15. Be good. Yeah, seat aircraft, okay. Yeah, which is also good against ships. More strike and surface warfare. And ready up some, yeah, I mean, currently we are good. But that is deck management. Look how that is, what do I want to ready up? Yeah, no, it's good. Keep those active. And definitely more helos, perhaps. But everything else is ready. Ready for launch. At least in 15 minutes we can. Considering that the deck will be full, so let's say 20 to 30 minutes, but yeah, that is fine.
Aircraft, roger.
That might be aircraft. Wait, why is there only... No, there's four aircraft here, right? 3. There's a 4 Tomcat. Ah, here. No, there's not a Tomcat. Only 3? There's a 4. Okay, those two dudes are going for those beers. It's a bit long range, but okay. Shouldn't be that hard. Plus 1 Tomcat is enough. But normally you launch them in pairs. But that I don't like that here. Not really. Would I rather like to have 4 aircraft. It's only 3 Tomcats. But another Tomcat is getting airborne. But will take time to reach the air station. Okay, that looks like aircraft. 900 could be fighters. What's it? SAMs? What? Gee! Holy shit. They fire SAMs at us. There must be something surface. Get out of here. Abandoned station. Station is too far out. There's some SAMs operating in that area. I don't know what it was. Surface probably. Fall back.
Track 1128 will do.
Ah, but watch out. Go for that guy. That must be aircraft. Military profile.
Track 1127. Out.
Keep your radars offline. Roll in without them noticing. Yeah. Exactly. Go high. And keep the radars offline. In order to try to surprise those spears. You're getting engaged, Jimmy's.
1110. Can do. 1110. Will do. Roger. Out.
Go combat.
1110. Roger.
Oh. God damn it, impact.
Hostile air.
We lost 1 Tomcat.
Birds away. Track 1110.
Pilot ejected, but only 1. What is it? It's flanker. Nice. Get a Jimmy as well. That might be also a flanker. Lost another Tomcat.
Track 1118 is history.
Need a search and rescue helo. Aber it's too dangerous, yeah? Can't send out search and rescue right now. But we need 2 more. We need more Tomcats. Just lost 2 Tomcats. Launch 2, alert 5 Tomcats.
Airborne. Listen, Roger out.
How far is that? Come on. Launch a search and rescue helo. The Tomcats will cover. Do you even have something like that? F1 helo on alert 15. Nothing else. Got and launch that helo. 24 minutes. No, I don't like that. Where's the fuel? 86. 89. Can SW helos pick them up? I think so. Go in. Stay low. That is a service group. Pretty sure there's a hostile service group. We might need to prepare a naval strike. More missiles incoming. Those two Tomcats are sneaking up. Can I get an ID at... I'll keep rolling on that. Can... Surface group. Not marked, it is a surface group. So far, not a single enemy submarine was seen. I think the boomers, man. Fighting it out here with spears, flankers, surface groups, not a single sub seen. Above some of those cruise missiles were fired by subs. And then also pick up the Russian pilot. Take ages to reach that position. But so it's a deck. Tomcats reading up, okay. Some Russian pilots and Tomcat pilots made it out. Probably not all. So the SW aircraft is here. But you're not required here. Get back to the ready point. The hostiles or missiles flying around here. He's checking something out, it seems. Transit. These guys are good on fuel. Those guys will soon get ready to engage those. They'll split up. Yeah, that is definitely a drop. Like launcher aircraft, as you can get with here our ASW aircraft, surface search, get more information about that group. I mean, if we stay away for 100 miles, it should be fine. Give me another station. Little drop, yeah, here.
Back 1145. Back 1146.
Be good for us that they fire them so dispersed. Not saturated. So far, not a single missile made it through. Oh, oh, I didn't jinx it. Missile searching, tracking. Nah, man. Intercepted? Yeah. That was close. Two more incoming. We should handle that. Got two Tomcats on station. Yeah, that guy is getting close. Engage him. Or identify him first. Activate radars. New aircraft contacts incoming. Launch all F-14s. Bring those two Tomcats towards that air station. Is there a Prowler? Did we got a Prowler airborne? Ah, here. Electronic warfare, very good. Ah. That's nice. There's aircraft heading towards us. It's more flankers. Good, what is going on here? Ah, still at hostile. So trying to ID that aircraft. Pretty sure it's up here. Not transmitting. Of course it's not. Okay. Always those poor beer pilots, man, in their Eland recon aircraft being sent towards carrier groups. Isn't there even a Tom Clancy book? There's one of those. Reconnaissance beers is getting nuked. Comrade, get close to the carrier group, investigate. Yeah, I tak точно, Admiral. But what if they launch strike aircraft? We will handle that, Towarish. Get airborne. Okay. We need information on the carrier group. Don't let the other escape. He's already running. Run him down. Intercepted with 2 further Tomcats coming in. But let's create a new air station for them. I want to having exactly here. What's that? Enemy pilot? Okay. Yeah, bring them in. Okay. Seeking. Viking, I mean. I have a dangerous job for you, but get please close to the surface group. So far, we don't receive any intel updates on that from the submarine. Try to find out what we are dealing here with. Who's that pilot, dude? Some guy sitting here. Pilot. Some downed Russian pilot sitting here. Did we shoot down something here? Ah, pass a beer, yeah. Was there a flanker engagement here? Can we hunt him down? Fuel. Yeah, you stay on that station, yeah? Oh, wait, follow. Nah, not afterburner. Military. Don't I have 2 Tomcats on the scope. Kick the tires like the fires. Get everything out of that B here. And you're pushing that aircraft to its limits, so 450. Dolish, the engine is at 120%. It is very dangerous. Okay, I understand. Can we do 140%? Jimmy is running hard, but he will not escape my Tomcats. Always those poor beers, man. Beer pilots always in games like Fleet Command or Harpoon or Command. Beer, I think I have a heart for hashtag beer. Those beers, man, they're always taking all the brunt. Doing their eland jobs. Surface search jobs. And getting nuked out of the sky. Being alone somewhere in the nowhere. No fighter coverage, nothing. Okay, aircraft incoming. Was there a way to designate? Normally you shouldn't do that, but come on, when we're at war. There's a button that you can designate them hostile. Yeah. Here. Jam. How is jam working? Gauge. I guess I need to use engage. But there's no auto, yeah. Jam is J. J. Was jam? C. Engage them. Send them some Sparrow, some Phoenix in. Hello, this is Korea Airlines. We're just passing by with a ton of civilians on board. I see you have a World War III engagement down there, but you know, in order to save money, we decided it should be safe enough to fly over a war zone. I like those retards, man, that flew those aircraft over the Ukraine, man. That's a business bitches, man. Yeah, what could go wrong? It's flight over the war zones. Oh shit, man, I respond, okay. Yeah, flankers. Yeah, but they're also launching semi-actives, watch out, man, long-range missiles. They did the same as we. A ton of them, but most of them should probably not track anymore. Those look they track. Is that the new ones? Shit, one target got impacted. But the second flanker also got impacted by the Phoenix. 2 missiles are still active, but sure, if they, yeah, doesn't look good. Two Tomcats lost, 2 flankers downed. And there's more incoming. Change of plans, you are rerouting to that air station. And bring the AEW closer to... We need better identification. Switch rally with support track. So you want to go react? What is the range of a Phoenix? It's quite big. Perhaps immediate fire on those guys. Let's go. Let's try out an aggressive tactic. Is that missiles? How fast is it? Ah, that's missiles. Oh. The aircraft? It's missiles. The aircraft. And fire those Phoenix max range. On the other hand, I know there's a SAM operating here. As we get too close here, there was a SAM firing at us. So it's not really a good idea. I mean, those Phoenix might push them into defensive, but then we need to, need to push on that. Then run into those SAMs would be also not great. Okay, I need more aircraft. Good. Bring up the Tomcats. Launch 2 Tomcats. Put 4 Tomcats on alert 5. There's a rescue helo incoming. You don't know how you rescue those dudes. Forgot that, but you can do that. Kill that beer and then return. You can return. I mean, those beers are not really, was rather unnecessary to chase them down. There is some reconnaissance eland aircraft, but I can't help myself. Firing extremely expensive missiles at some... Oh no, there's an AVEX. Are you kidding me? They're rolling an AVEX around here. Yes, baby, get wrecked. Mainstay? Oh, they have a mainstay, yeah, okay. Man, what a surprise. Chilling out here. Jimmy, that was not good to park your butt here.
Weapon way, track 115 8.
One. Nice. Very good. Very good. Okay, return to the station. Man, there's a ton of surface contacts coming. And a helo. Alright, perhaps the Tomcat can snoop up that helo. We'll return to that air station anyways. Fuel-wise, yeah, good. Can you get any data? I mean, the submarine might engage those two ships. Or harpoon the crap out of them. Are they only carrying 4 harpoons? Too dangerous.
Weapon away to track 1160.
Whoa. Okay, no, I need to save more often. Okay, thank you. When the game froze for 5 seconds, I was thinking, okay. And I was thinking, wait, shouldn't I? Game froze. Thinking, nah, man, please don't do that to me.
Missile away, track 1159. Weapon away to track 1160.
Hey, there's the sounds from Viking Steel. There's a gun sound from Viking Steel. So I'm missing my getting through. Oh shit! What? Yeah. Oh, the shipwreck. Oh, the Soviet missiles. They will never make it through, man. Chill out. Ah, another 2 missiles are fired. No problem. Yeah. Yeah, those Soviets, man, with the inferior tech. Nah, man. It's no easy. Bang, get wrecked there.
Ship is breaking up. Many dead and wounded.
Man, they got our cruiser. Damage is massive. Critical. I think that thing is going down. Yeah. I guess there's a reason why they call them shipwrecks. It was a shipwreck, I don't know, but I think the cold water shipwrecks were considered pretty dangerous. And they were pretty sophisticated. If you want to, in dangerous waters, reinforce alert mode, you can program the heck out of them. Yeah, she's going down. Is it 97? 87? She is massively disabled, okay. That helo just got off board. Here, command to SH2 helo. Yeah. Your mothership just got wrecked. Good that you got off. Everything's down.
Will do. Roger, out. Can-do out. Affirmative out.
She is done. Nothing responding. All sensors down. Flag deck down. Only the phalanx 20 mic is working. CIWS, yeah. Everything else is down. Critical impact. 1 missile made it through. And without her, she is pretty good at air defense. Our surface group, I don't know, carrier. We have what engage with. We have SAM RIM 7s. Close range SAMs. Why is the survey search activated now? I'm not sure, I mean, do I want to activate the air search on the carrier in order to assist with the RIM 7s? So. Yeah, massive loss here. Rather surprising, yeah, but one missile made it through and track properly impacted him. Just takes one missile.
Can do out. Proceeding to station. Can do.
Yeah. We got the AVAX, but they got our Ticonderoga. I think that's what. Yeah, exactly. I need to check my intel messages. I like how that mission is focusing on getting Russian boomers, but so far nothing here. But I guess there's Russian boomers. The scenario is very interesting, very long scenario, but very exciting scenario. You are directed to neutralize the airbase of Polyani and Pechenga in Kola. Yeah, exactly. Okay, sure. At least 80% damage on those air bases. Are you kidding me? Oh man, there was a... wait. 7144... Shit. I missed that message. The message is old. Yeah, I forgot to check my intel. There was a post-sub-contact reported. But the mission is really good. You get everything here out. There's here Fleet Command 100%. 7144. Let's see, 7144. Yeah, but it's in the midst of that group. 29. 53. Yeah, okay. Be out of our reach. Yeah, I mean, they're tasking a Glotton to investigate. What?
Roger out.
Yeah. Surface group. Disengage from that surface group.
Roger.
We lost a Tomcat. And they directed us to attack those two air bases. Yeah, sure. I have absolutely the capability to do that right now. But yeah, that's quite a huge scenario. But you see how you can play it. It's crazy how fluid it is. Yeah, hunt down subs, kill surface groups, kill beers, kill flankers, and prepare a land strike against air bases. Yeah, but that is out of question. I mean, you could do that, but phew, man, that is hardcore.
Birds away, tracked 1.
Especially considering that
7-3.
shipment, what's the Prowler doing here?
We'll do birds away, tracked 1-1-7-4. Affirmative out.
So there's no Sam here.
Can do, Roger out.
More shipwrecks incoming. Or whatever that missile is, not sure if it's a shipwreck. But I will not call them shipwreck, because they wrecked my ship.
Weapon away, track 1-1-7-3.
Yeah, losing the Ticonderoga was massive.
Track 1-1-7-4.
It was one of the worst escorts we could lose. She is really good at air defense.
Track 1-1-7-6.
That doesn't look good. Perhaps we need to indeed pull off that airbase strike. So otherwise they will eat us with those. Oh, that was close. A missile heading for us. Okay, shot down. Or malfunction, whatever. was our best. The Tico. Virginia, not bad, but Tico is a Tico, yeah. That's probably our best anti-air asset. Let's go, monsieur. Return to station.
Proceed to station. Wilco, out.
Are you waiting here? We're waiting for better weather, or what? Let's eliminate that helo.
Can do, out. Can do, roger, out. Can do, out. Roger, out.
Yeah, okay, the Groton was ordered to investigate the post-sub, so yeah, break contact with the surface group. And head towards that position. So that you don't hit the ground. But I guess that is also the best for her. Don't attack those surface groups, go for those boomers. That's the main target here. And yeah, about that, there's more aircraft incoming. Yeah, but that's hardcore. Bring that up. Strike mission. So, nah, right now I don't. It's too dangerous. It's in the hinterland somewhere. I have absolutely no information about the ingress. If I sent in a strike package with 20 aircraft or something, we might lose them all. Yeah, it can't simply fly into Russia. No information here. So I need to establish some pickets. Okay, come on. Those two are aircraft. Now let's try out a more aggressive tactic. Fire them. Almost right off. Yeah, exactly. Even beyond. They might not even... that guy is out of Phoenix. But then go in with the Sparrows. Don't let him come close. Let's play our range advantage. What is that? That is a... Wasn't that a thing that fired the SAMs at me? Already saw something there. Yeah, Prowler, can you investigate for a moment? What the heck is that? ID it. Just to confirm that it's civilian or not. We were fired at SAMs here, but watch out. Perhaps jam it. The jam was what? Let's see. Jam that location, but investigate.
Classify track 1077, affirmative out. Roger.
Those missiles are absolutely not tracking. The missile is going blind, not tracking. What is it? Oh. More of those Phoenix. And even the simulation of the Phoenix is correct. Is that elevation and...
BID track 1077, can do, out.
Yeah, Phoenix was not really designed, but experience shows it worked really well against other fighters. Iranian experience.
ID track 1078 will do, out.
Is that tracking? Yeah, looks like tracking.
Identify track 1077,
That's a fire missile.
can do, roger, out. Roger. First away, track 1, it's history, kill track 1,
You got him?
170, affirmative.
Got that bitch.
This away, track 1170. It's history, engaging track 1170, can do out. Track 1077, identified as neutral.
Good. Keep firing. Push them hard.
1169 is history. I've got him. Kill track 1170.
Nah, disengage.
Will do. Roger.
Disengage. Yeah. Trade altitude. Nice.
0.
Okay, we got them both. No losses. It's close. I think you guys need to head back to the carrier. Return to base. Good job. Okay. Oh shit, that missile. Wait. Why is that missile tracking? Oh. No! Nah, man. Whoa. Was it by accident? I think one of those missiles by accident acquired the prowler. Okay, return to base. Bring in further Tomcats. Are we? Not yet. Carrier, we need more aircraft. Launch those F-18s.
Launch aircraft immediately. Affirmative.
Okay, nice. Can I jam them those missiles? Try to jam those anti-ship missiles. So we can spoof them or something. Ah, here. Get it, Timmy.
Identify track 1081. Roger out.
Go military.
Turning decision. Affirmative out. Will do. Out.
Yeah, really good scenario. One of the best scenarios so far I played. We have everything here. Best showcase scenario for the beauty of this game. The Ticonderoga is now. She is at 0 knots, they're completely busy with damage control and I hope she stays afloat. But she is going nowhere.
Track 1081. Identified as hostile air. Took it away. Track 1081. Birds away. Track 1180. Track 1081 is history.
Despite CMO, which is a bit different experience, simply there's not what is special CMO Fleet Command.
1181.
But in Edge Order of Fleet Command, this 3D, more action-based Fleet Command is absolute the king, especially with NWP. Absolute king. Yeah, and for the other stuff, NWP, sure, Harpoon is also great, but CMO is of course rolling hard there. But yeah, we also might play that new version of Harpoon, not that Steam remaster. That's rather
Away. Track 1182.
somewhat useless. But talk about
Birds away. Track
QC 2025 version.
1183.
97 thing that is. So that is for those who is. Oh man, I played that when I was 30 years ago. Man, I buy it. But yeah, UC is UC. King. Okay, Tomcat. How much fuel? You're pretty good on weapons. Yeah, perhaps replenish that station here. Yeah.
Away, track 1183.
Not good. Nox frigate can't really protect herself that good against those. Shipwreck is acquiring the Tico. Uh-oh. Is he going for the Tico? No, he's searching.
Track 1183.
He's acquiring the Spruance. Intercepted. Interesting, yeah, but it's true. Those missiles have, if you dig a bit deeper, those missiles had logics. You can program them to target specific targets, like prioritize carrier targets. Yeah? They so much to nowadays talk about AI this, AI that. Now they already had such technology in the 70s, 60s, 80s. Missiles with search habits or algorithms that could identify, okay, there's a big target that has a certain appearance on whatever sensor. That is probably a carrier. Yeah, exactly. AI is such an overused term these days, man. See some relative or whatever. Hey man, AI. Nah man, that is not AI. It's such an overused term. 99% of what is nowadays called AI is not AI. And it's technology that was already available 20, 40 years ago. With the only difference that there was not the quantity of processing power to work out all this rubbish, mostly. Utilizing those language learning models requires a lot of processing power. Ergo, takes a lot of energy. And this procedural generation, what they do, which you might consider AI, but AI should come up with something. But most of this stuff is still so far gobbled up stuff and really outperforming technology was already available 20 years ago. It's only a quantity. And that every dude can go into, I don't know, ChatGPT and give that query out, and that they simply bring up the energy to query the entire internet and, yeah, based on that, language learn it. But it's not AI. AI is the AI definition, original definition is passing a Turing test. And not the Turing test of an idiot, but of somebody that is really also, let's say, having at least some brain cells left, even nowadays, and can't not tell if he is interacting with an AI or with a human. Everything else is just hyped up bullshit and it's always the retards, man, that jump over the massive on that AI train. Not that it is not an interesting field and everything, that you have some smart brains working there, but those people that always, I don't know, simp for it or hype for it, man, always rather the low intelligence ones. And yeah, but back to those missiles, yeah, they programmed those missiles. You could search them, and they could even recognize if a target is on fire, depending on the sensor. Yeah, if it is an infrared sensor, it won't be that difficult. Yeah, just doing some testing and whatever, exactly mathematics, probabilities, whatever. As a lot of systems nowadays also work, photo recognition, yeah, which is not AI. It's also Ukrainian AI missiles. AI drones, whatever. Just because if you give a drone a waypoint, that technology was already available in World War II. Ja. Tony, was ist los hier? Was? But yeah, photo recognition or sensor recognition. If the missile seeker sees something exhibiting massive amounts of heat, so sure, you can assume that it's on fire. Ja? Tony, was machst du? Komm, klar. And then you might switch targets. So you can program those shipwreck missiles. A good example in Dangerous Waters, I think this. The most sophisticated way I've seen that in Reinforced Alert mode. They can program those missiles. Priority targets, secondary targets. Go first for carriers. If carrier on fire, hör auf. Beiß nicht so fest zu, hör auf. Es gibt Grenzen, ja. But yeah, with intelligence massively dropping up in the last, especially in the last decade, yeah, it's not a wonder that people are impressed by everything with little real education. No matter if they visit a university. Nowadays visiting a university is not equaling education. Especially in the soft sciences, it's rather ideological course. The Re-Pioneers rolled real. Like some of the studios, yeah. So there's a better AI from mid-90s or late 90s than most what most devs nowadays can come up with. Simply being too stupid to pull it off. Despite having budgets 50 times bigger.
Track 1196.
Crazy. Huh? What is it? Why are you so crazy, huh? Is it feeding time or what? Is it? Ja? 2 Jahre, huh? Hunger! Vorsicht. Hunger? Nom nom? Clock saying. Ah, ui, oh, we're a bit late, yeah. But we also woke up a bit late today. Hungry, huh? Good. Yeah, we'll definitely continue this scenario. Very cool.
Missile away, track
Let's first
1196.
finish that. I hope that missile doesn't go through. Oni! Getting attacked by Russian anti-ship missiles, yeah?
Weapon away, track 1196.
Oh shit. No! Spoofed? Okay. Good, I think that's a good moment to save. Quickly assess the situation. So there's a massive surface group heading for us. That will be probably the next big thing. There's more aircraft incoming. They're still sending piece by piece, piecemeal aircraft in. Instead of all in. One of our LA class has the order to find a boomer that should be somewhere in this area. Other LA class is chilling out. And yeah, we will probably soon prepare, if we can finally get a bit more intel on that surface group, those two surface groups, prepare a naval strike. And we are still tasked to do a land strike against those two airbases, which is nuts, but yeah. For this I think first, because I don't want to go over the land route, first we'll take out the surface group, free that up, and then we can, with the naval route, to possibly strike that. I will not fly over Russia, northern Russia, in order to figure out if there are SAMs or not. Yeah. High five. Give me a high five, yeah. Jawohl, sehr gut. High five. Okay, yeah, and I might return, we'll see if I will play something else. But yeah, that is really a good showcase scenario, really good scenario. Would have played in another game, I would have already be micromanaged and annoyed to death. What is this going on with you? Why are you always such butthurt pussies, man? If somebody's mentioned, hey man, can we have this and that from Fleet Command? It's obvious that your game is inspired by Fleet Command, so stop pretending that you came up with some idea, man. You're copying, it's absolutely fine, yeah? Do that game, we all want that. But don't be that fucking loser pussy. I didn't like that Fleet Command, I think we're making it better, and Fleet Command, and I played it. I heard that name. Come on, man. This is pretending, man, it's fucking loser behavior. And behave like a chat, say, yeah man, Fleet Command was a great game and we hope we will build a better game like that, and this out of the inspiration out of that and make it better, period. That's our chat response, and not, Fleet Command, I also did a lot of things bad, and I played as a kid, I didn't like that. And I think we have better research. No, you don't, man. You have nothing. But you have your graphics engine from your mobile games engine, okay, great, yeah. Sure, that will impress the retards, yeah. They're low IQs and what, yeah. Oh man, that ship looks crazy, man. It's a really nice reflections there. But it's not a real dudes, but okay, perhaps nowadays a market is for that, yeah. People just, okay, graphics, okay, wow, yeah. I mean, it was not only nowadays, back in the days it was the same, but I mean, among Wargames, I think it was... But you still have a lot of people, man, that are so fucking... old boomers, man, that game looks good. Gameplay is complete bullshit, but I have graphics look good. Who cares for graphics nowadays? I can't take those people serious. So shit about graphics. I mean, it's sure nice to have, but I mean, gameplay first. Yeah, period. It's the only true response. Everything else is simply it's for the Sims, whales, and retards. Tony. But there's many of them, so yeah, sure. You make money with them, yeah. Tony. But still, nobody can take you serious, man. Especially with such responses. What is with those more numbers? They always try to shit on legendary games, despite copying them, basically, but making them worse, usually. What is that, man? It's so hard. If I would make a game, I would say, man, I want to make Fleet Command 2, of course we don't call it like that. Say, man, I love that game back in the day, and it's cool, and I want to improve this and that. Great. Now it's always, yeah, we want to build our own legacy. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, but come on, who are you trying to? Are you some kindergarten kid or what? Who are you trying to fool around, man? Everybody knows that. So stop pretending that you came up with something genuine or whatever. Why I can't pull off a single program code properly without, I don't know, requiring some sort of template. It's really, I don't know, show some self-respect. Show some self-respect. Every self-respected, competent professional would never talk like that. No, I think we are better. That is extreme insecurity. You guys are massive insecure issues, and you're making yourself look like clowns. Clowns, you know, like that smiley. Tony. Okay. Good. I'm walking. Be right back. See you in the next good hunting. Tony. Should I don't need save? Save the thing. No. Clowns. Modern Death Clowns. Tony! Gleich gibt's was zu essen. Clowns, they're really clowns are really hitting it. Okay, enough clowning. Yeah, see you.